Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Gemini is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I provide. And remember, Gemini, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Star card. This is the card of fate, of destiny. This is the card of, really trying to answer the question, who am I and why am I here? I feel like you are the kind of person who is very much in tune with your spiritual destiny. I think that you have great psychic ability. You probably do tarot readings of your own or other forms of divination. I feel like you're very much in tune with the spiritual energy, okay? And I feel like the light really does flow through you. You may even be a bit of a medium, or you're a psychic channel of some kind, okay? Let's put this card into a little bit of context. Let's see what's going on in your life right now, okay? We've got, the Knight of Pentacles, okay. All right, we have an Eight of Pentacles. We've got the entire universe. We've got a Princess of Pentacles and a Princess of Wands. A lot of earth energy here. And then we just see this sort of earth becoming fire here with the Princess. Okay, so that's a very, very good energy. And now we've got more fire. Eight of Wands. A little bit of a Five of Swords happening. That's all right. A Four of Pentacles and the Empress. Oh, yeah. The Princess of Pentacles very often will transform into the Empress, right? Because this is something that is really, there is a potential in you. And I think that you're really trying to become the best version of yourself. This is a situation where there is something here under the surface, and you're sort of getting the idea to go after it and dig and build and do the work to unleash that Empress. You're building something here that's becoming this, okay? And that to me that's extraordinary. Now we're going to select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here with our little octopus friend, the Eight of Tentacles, right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during this program you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right. Let's take a look around the room. We're looking for major arcana. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3 major arcana energies. And I see that you've got the whole universe behind you, and you've got your star, and it's leading you to your paradise. Okay? And so I think that this is a very interesting flow of energy too, because with the we'll get there. We have fire anyway here. We've got fire here. We don't have any water just yet, but I think we will. I think there's plenty of water here in the Empress energy. We have a little bit of air, which is okay, and then we've got earth. You're really building something significant here. You're building something real and concrete. Something that you will be able to hold in your hands. Something tangible. Okay. Let's start here. Let's start with the star and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like your star, your spiritual inclinations, your divinations, the spiritual force in your life, your intuition, your guardian angel or your spirit guides or your ancestors has led you to this moment where you're at the foot of this mountain and you're looking up at this mountain and you're thinking, that's what I need to do. That's my life. That's what I'm supposed to do right now. But holy shit, that's high, right? Pardon my language. That's a tall mountain, right? And there's really not a plan. It's just kind of like, I know I got to get up there somehow. I got to figure out how to do it. Okay. The Knight of Pentacles is looking at the future, looking at the top of the mountain and thing, and that's where I want to get. Looking up at the Empress, right? And thinking, that's a big mountain to climb, but I can get there. I don't know how I'm going to get there. I don't have it all figured out, but that's where I'm going. I can see it now. It's almost as if this is really what the Knight is looking at. The Knight is looking at the Princess of Pentacles and thinking, okay, that's what I literally see. I see a situation that could be great. Right now, there's nothing there. It's still in potential form, but what we're doing with our spiritual vision, with the major arcana, is we're overlaying that spiritual vision and we're thinking, that's what I really see. So this is the way someone can look at an old house and think, well, it's just whatever, it's just a junky old house, right? No. I see a masterpiece. I see beauty. I see, we're looking at a car in a junkyard. And this is what a normal person sees, but this is what you see. And you can see the potential in something. You have that ability, right? And I think this is what you really use your divination or your psychic skill or your mediumship for, is to be able to look at anything and you can see what it will become. This is your gift. Okay. And this is what the Knight of Pentacles is doing right now, is looking at this future that your star has guided you here to the foot of this mountain, and you're looking up and you're thinking, I'm going to get there. That's what I got to do. Okay. And I don't know exactly what that is. It doesn't matter really what it is. What matters is that you know it's meant for you and that you're willing to do the work to get up there and, to build it, to accomplish this. Let's go to the background position, because I started to talk about the universe card. There was a time in your life where you didn't really have a sense of direction, where you didn't know what star in the vast infinite company of stars was yours. We're sort of lonely out in space, right? The universe is a vast infinite vacuum of nothingness, cold and empty, right? And we feel aimless. We feel that we're just sort of drifting around through space. We're lost in space, right? Did you watch the remake of that show a few years ago? I thought it was pretty good. I like the original too, though. There's a certain comfort, I think, in this universe card, even though it's cold and empty and it seems vast and it seems lonely. It kind of feels still, I think, that there's some support there. There's some love there. And I wonder if you had that experience. Well, even if I don't know who I am, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like the universe is guiding me in some way. And what the universe is guiding you to, of course, is your very own star, right? And in a practical way, the foot of this mountain that you're supposed to climb to get, to your potential. But even if the universe is cold and empty and vast and lonely and we have no sense of direction and we're just sort of floating around, there still was this feeling that you're being supported. I think you never gave up hope that the universe loves you. You never gave up that knowledge, that certainty that the universe has got me, holding me in its hands. And I may not know where I'm going or why I'm going there. We may not have had any clue who we are and why we're here. But back here, there was this trust. That's kind of like we were lying in the hands of the universe and just sort of letting it happen, going with that flow, going with whatever that current was, whatever that sort of, that stellar wind was that was blowing us in this direction. We didn't know anything. I feel like now we're sort of landing at the foot of this mountain. We're saying, oh, okay, I understand what the past was for now. Now I get it. Now I see where things have been leading me. And this could really easily be replaced with the Fool card, right? The Alpha, the Omega, the beginning is the end is the beginning, it doesn't matter. Because it's that feeling that maybe I'm just wandering through life aimlessly, but there's always a plan, there's always this sense of purpose, right? We just don't know what it is. And anyway, this is your past energy, and this is what I was thinking of before, where it's just like there's this kind of, there's this wandering. It's sort of an aimless, sort of lonely feeling. But it has brought you to your very own star. This is where we don't know which star is ours. I don't know which star to navigate by. I don't know which star is mine. I don't know which one to follow. Well, it is that so-called aimlessness, that directionless direction has brought you here. And now this is your life right now, and I think that you've got this really big task in front of you, this big mountain to climb. And I think you're going to do it. Down beneath the surface, we have the Eight of Pentacles. You right now are a very patient person. You're not trying to rush into anything. The Knight, you see, the Knight of Pentacles is not moving. Knight of Pentacles is just sort of standing there, looking. Not in a rush, not fidgeting, not antsy, not dancing around. Well, you're a little bit anxious. But the Knight is just looking. And it's sort of like, it's almost like we're sort of frozen. We're looking at this big mountain and we're just sort of like, we're just stunned by it. But you have this sense of patience in you. You have the ability to calm yourself down, to be thoughtful, to be prudent, to look at the details, to figure things out, to do things the right way. If we're looking at these two cards, this is your ability to pack your bags appropriately for what you're going to do. You're not just going to throw down all your equipment and start running up the hill. No, you're going to say, okay, I got to go back home. I got to get, let's see, I need a bunch of water. I got to get some dehydrated food or whatever. Like I got to get some rations, and I got to maybe get a change of clothes, maybe some sunscreen, who knows what. And I think this is going to be a very important skill for you right now, because whatever you're doing, there is this desire in you to rush forward. That's what you want to do. You want to achieve the goal right now. You want it now. You don't want to wait. And that's why Spirit's saying, look inside of you and find this Eight of Pentacles, find this patience, this prudence, and apply that to this, because this is how this is grown. Even though what you really want is you want to start it now. You don't want to wait. Right? The outcome that you want is sort of instant gratification, impulse to behavior. I want to just drop what I'm doing and run. It would feel so good, right? To just drop everything we're carrying in life and rush toward this beautiful oasis. It's just to run, charge up the mountain toward this paradise. It's like in a movie, where you see it, you just drop everything and you just run. And it's sort of, then it's the end of the movie and the credits roll and it's beautiful. It doesn't really work out that way though, right? We don't really get to see what happens next. So you're looking forward to this. This is kind of the outcome that you want here. It's a Princess of Wands. It is impulsivity. It is the exact opposite of this, right? And now look at this. We have the patience with the Princess of Pentacles. We have the anxiety with the Princess of Wands. So this is really, these two impulses in you are sort of fighting it out, right? We have fire and earth. And really, it's kind of a balance. Like you want to rush. You want to just immerse you have this excitement. This is really like, this is getting you fired up. You're getting really seriously stoked about this, right? Where, yes, there would be nothing better in life than to just throw down all the crap we're carrying and run forward. And you need that. You need that sort of ambition. You need that sort of fire. You need that, that zest in your eyes. That fire, you need a little bit of that enthusiasm, that zeal, yeah. But you also need the patience to keep that in check. So really it's a war between rushing forward and resting, preparing, and getting your supplies in order. So we need both of these energies. And I like that we have the sort of the earth to earth and the fire to fire sort of combinations, an 8 and an 8 of wands over here, right? So we have the 2 8s and we have the 2 princesses of those suits. And that's really how you're going to accomplish this, by being careful and thoughtful and being prepared, being patient, knowing that, your paradise is not going to be built in a day, that sort of thing. But also, having this desire, having that sort of fire, being aroused to action, wanting to mobilize yourself, wanting to do it now. I don't want to wait. I want to do it right now. This is a very important energy, because this is kind of like when the will says go, the body goes, right? I think I heard maybe Tim Robbins talk about this. I don't know what he was talking about, but he said, when I say go, I go, And it's kind of like if we train ourselves to do that, then we're not going to worry about how uncomfortable something is. We're not going to hesitate and have doubts. We're not going to linger. We're not going to lag. We're not going to just put it off. We're not going to procrastinate. No, when I say go, I go. When the will says go, the fire to earth, right? This is that impulsivity. When the will says go, I go. But this, as it is with the Princess of Wands, is maybe a little reckless, okay? So it's important that we have that ability to say go and then go. But with this, it's saying, well, make sure you're prepared for what you're going to do, because you're going to jump into something dangerous. You're going to be reckless or careless. It's going to be bad, right? So we want this, but we kind of want a more mature version of this. Let's say a Knight of Wands, right? Someone that's sort of in control of that, right? Otherwise, this becomes just the impulse to go, and then we get ourselves in some trouble. But this is still an important skill as well, right? Now, we're going to talk about the path of the serpent, and as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. Your general energy, it's this 8 of Wands. There is now a growing restlessness. We're dancing on the shag carpet. We got the jazz hands, We just can't wait to get started. So having the combination of the 8 and the 8 here, I feel like it's just about time to sort of hit go. It's just about time to hit the start button and begin this climb, but we got to make sure we have the supplies that we need. But we're getting restless, and the more we try to hold ourselves back, the more restless we get. And so you're somebody that has the potential to be patient, but it's not always easy, is it? You don't like waiting, but sometimes you have to. Okay? This might be a situation where you've waited long enough. The universe card is a card that it's kind of saying there's been a delay. That it may be that I've been sort of wandering through this universe for a long time already. Now that I know what I'm supposed to do, I just want to freaking do it. I don't want to have to wait any longer. But I know I've got to prepare. I've seen it. I've seen the mountain. Now I've got to go home and pack. Okay? So we're trying to get some control over this anxiety, because this is like, I don't want to wait any longer. But the universe is saying, hey, you've waited already a long time. What's another day? Okay, to make sure we have everything in order, right? But there's always a but. What we don't want is this 5 of Swords in the position of the environment, because then the longer we wait, you gotta excuse my voice today. I'm having some a bit of a chest cold, I think, coming on. The 5 of Swords is what we don't want in the environment. We don't want to start doubting the plan. The longer we wait, right, our mind is going to kick in and start trying to discharge some of this energy by sort of talking ourselves down. Well, maybe this isn't really meant for me. Maybe I really don't want to do it. Maybe it's too high of a mountain. Maybe Spirit just wanted me to see the mountain but not actually go up it. we kind of are looking for reasons not to go now. We're looking for excuses of why things have been lagging so long, and now that there's this additional delay of something, right? Because again, it's kind of Spirit saying you want to rush forward, but you got to wait. You got to prepare. You got to do things in the right sequence. The Five of Swords is a little bit of mental stress. Okay, and like with the Tim Robbins thing, when the will says go, the body goes. Well, not if the mind gets in the way and says, yeah, okay, but it's early, but it's cold outside, but that's too uncomfortable, right? So we give ourselves too much space. The mind will kick in and start having doubts, and will start trying to convince us to stay home, to go back, or to not do the thing, okay? This is also a card of your environment, a card of your relationships right now. So I'm wondering if is there a stressful situation going on with someone in your life right now? Is there somebody maybe around you that is not necessarily interfering with your plans to climb this mountain, whatever the mountain is for you? But through your trouble, through the drama connected with that person, it's maybe that has been delaying your moment to sort of embark on this journey, right? I feel that I'm seeing some person in your life that there's tension there. There's tension with this person. I don't know if this is a family member, a friend. It feels like it's a personal relationship, not a work relationship. And it's just maybe somebody that is sort of always contrary, that, if you have an idea, they've got to somehow challenge it, or they have to somehow, maybe they're even kind of trying to one-up you every time. Like, you're excited about something and they say, oh yeah, well I did something better than that last year, like one of those kind of interactions. I feel like it's sort of stressful, and it may not be directly related to what you're trying to do, but it feels like it's taking some energy, and it's like an unnecessary entanglement in a way, right? So there is that stress in your relationships right now. And I guess it is possible that your ambition here and what you really want to do is causing a little bit more stress in your relationships, but it could be that some of your impulsivity that you feel is that you want to hurry up and get started on climbing this mountain because you're tired of this. Because you're ready to get away from this stressful thing. If it's a relationship with a friend, family member, something going on at home, something going on in your personal life, or whatever it is, we're really ready to get away from it. And that's not why you're doing this. But I think that's why you kind of feel like it just needs to hurry up because I just can't take this any longer. Does that make sense? Now, the next card is the Four of Pentacles. It's in the position of the difficulty, the obstacle. Okay. And the Four is a sense of power. The Four is perhaps someone in control of something, right? Someone who has some sort of power over maybe this path, over some resources, over your actions at this time. I don't know if we're waiting for some kind of approval or some sort of paperwork to go through. It could be part of our Five of Swords. This could be, these two could be together. That some of this stress is for waiting for someone else to open the door and sort of give the green light. Okay? And it feels that it feels like there is this gate, and we're waiting for somebody to like bring the key to unlock that gate. Yeah. So the obstacle here is that somebody else has the power over, I think, you starting this. And I'm trying to sort of zoom in on what that could be. But it doesn't feel like, what it sort of feels like is that we really want to do something, but our parents won't let us. And we're just saying, come on, can I go? We're waiting for somebody else. We're waiting for, mom to say, okay, let's go now, or finally. That's what it feels like. I don't think that's what it is. But it's the idea that somebody else is sort of controlling whether or not we are starting, when we get to start this. Okay? I don't know exactly what that is. But this is the difficulty for you. And it's sort of like it's kind of the universe saying, well, you may not want to wait, but you really don't have it's not really in your hands right now. Okay? And so we're feeling this sort of pent up, energy. We're getting this anxiety. There's really nothing we can do about that. But try to invoke our patience and wait for whatever this door is that needs to be opened. Whatever this green light is that we're waiting for. Okay. And then we get that Empress energy at the end. This is the outcome. The way the energy is going. This is going to be a really awesome path for you. And I think it really is, it's a very different life. Okay? This is that big rock candy mountain. This is sort of the paradise that we've been trying to get to. And if we're right at the outside of town and we just can't get through the gate and we're waiting for somebody to come, please open up the gate, like hurry up, There's this anxiety about that. Because we know it's there, and I think that, you need to use this time of delay to prepare, gather your supplies, your resources, or whatever. Maybe this is that somebody else kind of controls the money or something like that. But this is going to be the outcome. All right. So Spirit is trying to show you this. You're being provided this vision that says everything's going to work out beautifully. You got to be patient here. Let's not be hasty. Let's not rush and make mistakes or something like this. Yeah. This is a very good outcome. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe we'll find out what the delay is, or we'll see some indication that the blockage is sort of clearing away, right? So this could be something like, it could be another Empress card. It could be some of that water energy. Because the water energy to me will feel like refreshment. It'll feel like nourishment. It'll feel like relaxation. Right? We've got a lot of fire and earth here. So it'll feel like we're now able to flow, like the blockage has been cleared and now the water is flowing through and it is irrigating the land. Maybe that's all this needs, is a little bit of your love. This needs just a little bit of TLC and it will become, not the band, but it will become the Empress. It just needs your attention, but for some reason, I don't know what, you're being kept a little bit away from doing this. So, water energy, right? No, a 7 of Wands. This blockage might be something. It might be a little bit more than we thought it was going to be. Okay, a 7 of Wands is not giving up the fight. Okay, that you're not getting discouraged by the delay or by this blockage. That you have to stay advocating for yourself. You have to stay right at the gate here. You got your supplies. You're prepared. You've gotten everything ready that you need. And you need to keep pushing it. You need to keep advocating for yourself. You got to keep calling. You got to keep checking in. You got to send the emails. You got to keep asking questions. You got to stay on it, right? And it will be pushed through. Maybe because they just want to get rid of you, right? So they say, "Fine, here, go." It's kind of like you got to be the pest a little bit, The squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? So you've got to speak up. You've got to advocate for yourself right now. Because whatever this blockage is, it feels like this is somebody that sort of, I don't know, for whatever reason, but they control your ability to start something, to do this thing. Maybe you're waiting for some paperwork to get through. You're waiting for somebody to sort of, I don't know, just to open the door or to give you the key or to something like that, right? And maybe that's it. Maybe this is like just waiting for somebody just to sort of stop being lazy and do the paperwork and give you the key, and then you can sort of move in or whatever like that. But you've got to stay on top of it. Okay? You don't want to be anxious, but you don't want to give up and sort of, walk away either. So you've got to keep advocating. And that's the message here. All right. Now, we're going to do an extended reading as well. If you want to stick around, there is a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Gemini Monday and Friday. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.